So, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. I am here to present from the chapter 2 of In Essence, that is Designing Your Destiny. We are going to understand this concept with these three principles: choice shapes destiny, test of the taste, and how faith decides fate. Like any drama, our lives are divided into scenes, and how we choose to play each scene shapes our destiny, all our future scenes. Srila Prabhupada writes like this in this book. So, our life is a journey of choices. What choice we make is going to shape our destiny. And this is understood through the law of karma. A law of karma is a very important system created by the Supreme Lord for the material world to function. And with every action, there is a reaction. So, with every karma accumulated, the path of pain or pleasure or neutrality is paved. And at the end of our life, there is a balance sheet of karma which decides our future life. So, when we have performed good activities, then the reaction of that is pleasure, satisfaction, or success, good family, good looks, opportunity to study, education. These are the various different reactions to our good activities. Good activities finally bring us a reason to return to this world. And then there are bad activities which will bring us pain, sorrow, frustration. And they also create a reason to return to this world. So whether we perform good or bad activities, they both are going to be a reason to return to this world. It is only those neutral activities, those activities wherein there is no reaction, those activities which are performed to serve the creator of this world, this material world and the world ahead of material world, the spiritual world, when actions are performed to please that Supreme Lord, they are called the neutral activities. So what is the choice of today that I make is going to shape my destiny. So this is the one concept. The second concept is test of the taste. What is my taste? So when I say what is my, I, me, mine, when I use these words, which I am using like hundreds and hundreds of times in the entire day, what is this I, me? I need to understand whom am I speaking about, the self. Is it that topmost layer of the gross body, which is, as you can see, I am a woman with Indian body, with a certain education, with certain economic status. That is the gross body. Am I understanding myself as this, or am I understanding myself as the inner layer, the subtle body, that is the mind, intelligence, and false ego? So, mind is performing thinking, willing, feeling, and intelligence is performing decoding and doubt, discrimination, and finally decision making. So, when I say I am hungry. So the body, gross body is hungry, mind is hungry, or the innermost layer, the real self, the soul, Atma. So whatever is the taste of enjoyment I choose is actually the test. And that is going to lead to where will be my destiny. So the taste of gross body is depending on the demand of the senses. That of the subtle body is depending on the way we discriminate and decide which kind of thoughts, desires, emotions we act upon. And then the final taste is actually decided from understanding who I am. When the soul when we reach the soul, then that is the real test. Because now my taste has shifted from gross body to subtle body to the inner real self. It is going towards inquiry of God, Krishna, inquiry of what Krishna wants from me, what is my relationship with Krishna. In case I understand that I have forgotten it, then how do I bring back that relationship which was uh, actually really present? So when I go deeper into this, then my taste is going to be different. And that taste is going to actually finally decide my destiny. And how does one pass this test? Material tests are different from spiritual tests because they are tasted and quickly finished, because they are temporary. They last only for a few minutes. But the real spiritual taste is without end. And it goes on increasing. It is Anandam Buddhivardhanam. It cannot be forgotten, even with the change of body. When the soul receives a new body, that spiritual taste is carried forward. The living entity is in this material world due to this improper utilization of his will. The will which has been given to us by Krishna, if it is not utilized properly, then again and again the living entity comes back to this material world. So, in order to pass the test, our taste has to be well defined and worked upon. What are the obstacles in taste? There are 4 Ds. The dragging senses, the dissatisfaction that we are constantly in, because we achieve some comforts, then we have some more comforts to achieve, some more demands. So there is always dissatisfaction. And then the desires are unlimited. Punaha Mushaka, the story is narrated that how a rat, out of fear of the cat, approached a saintly person. The saintly person gave protection, said, okay, the rat wanted to be a cat. Then the cat was again disturbed by a dog, so he wanted to be a dog. From a rat to cat to dog to tiger. As soon as he becomes tiger, he jumps on the saintly person. The saintly person says, oh, you go back to become a rat. So our desires are so unlimited that finally we come back to the square one. And the final obstacle is death, because we are understanding the self as the subtle body or the gross body, most of the times gross body. Then death is end of everything. But understanding of self as the spiritual self, the inner self, the soul, then death is just another milestone. After death there is some more left for us to be performed, to perform uh, those karmas which are not going to bind us to this material world. So these are the obstacles in the taste. And then finally the faith decides our fate. What is my faith? My faith is very important. I need to know where my faith is. So the faith at the level of gross body, as long as there is even a slight tinge of madness for sense gratification, peace will remain far, far away. Because the senses are called as horses of a chariot. As the horses will drive, if I am just running behind wherever the horses drive, then the chariot is not going to move anywhere. And the passenger, who is the soul, is going to fall off the chariot, because all 5 horses are trying to do 5 different things. So senses are not for gratification, they are for utilization in the service of Krishna. And then faith at the level of subtle body, the ambition for happiness is good, but the attempt to derive it from inert matter by so-called scientific arrangements is an illusion, because that scientific arrangement itself is based on matter, and matter is temporary. We have to go beyond that to search for what is permanent. And then finally we understand about the soul, that if the faith is giving me complete understanding that I am not this gross body, not this subtle body, but I am the soul, then the entire perspective is going to be different, because inquiry about Krishna, about God, this material nature, and our relationship with God and with nature is going to be happening, and that is called Sambandha Jnana or Tattva Jidnyasa, and that is the inquiry into the actual absolute truth. So like this, I summarize that we have choices. We are to decide whether I have to make a journey home or to hotel. This material world is called like a hotel, and the spiritual world is the home. What is my choice? According to that, the destiny will be achieved. Just like for any journey, we have to purchase a ticket. So what is that ticket? A ticket, what I am purchasing is with my actions. Actions will give the choice, which is giving me the path, and that is the destiny. And the choice is between sense gratification or sense utilization, as in the our most important text from this Vedic land of Bharat. Bhagavad Gita says that there is a tree to be understood, which is a spiritual world, and the exact reflection of that is the material world. Whatever is important in the material world has no value in the spiritual world. So if we are searching for sense gratification, then we are brought back to the material world, which is a reflection. If we are utilizing the senses in the service of Krishna, the creator, then there is an opportunity for us to go to the spiritual world. So the destiny is decided by our choices like this. As to apply all these aspects in our life, now we have to decide whether my journey is home or hotel. So understanding the position of Krishna or God, positioning of living entity, and understanding the reality checkpoints, that where am I here? I am in this material world with the reflection, which is a shadow, but I have to go to the reality, which is the spiritual world. So with this, I understand that I have to make those choices which will pave the path of my destiny. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.